Hey, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Time for Sci-Fi Distilled. Welcome back, Mary Beth. How are you doing?
Hello. I am excellent. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, as well as can be expected, my dad used to say.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
So this week we decided to try, since there's a new Running Man that came out
There
just a few
is.
months ago,
Yes.
really. We decided to do it, maybe compare.
Right.
We did the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger one a
Yep. We
while
did that a
back.
while back.
So we're gonna kind of compare and contrast with this newer one and see what you guys think. So please give us your comments in the comments.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I think we have some news.
A little bit of news. I got a couple things I want your opinion on, Rizzo. Oh yeah. Last week I reported that Rhea Seehorn got the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress on Pluribus, and this week I get to say she now also has a Golden Globe for the role. Good job, Rhea. That was all I really noticed out of the Golden Globes. There was nothing other of note for sci-fi or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Black Mirror has been renewed for season 8. I will be watching, although I gotta confess to everyone that I think I love Death and Robots better.
It's different. I don't. It's hard to compare Black Mirror and Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, they're
one is strictly animated, and they're all shorts.
Sure,
I mean, there's certainly a commonality, but
yeah.
I don't think I'd put one over the other. Although I really do like Love, Death, and Robots.
I do too. Yeah,
I think so. I hope there's going to be more of that.
I do hope there's going to be more. No word on that yet, but Black Mirror is back. Funko Pop may have accidentally spoiled a plot point from this season of Fallout, and I might be about to spoil it by telling you guys this. So cover your ears if you need to. But they released pictures of the new Funko Pops that are going to be out very soon. And I actually can put the link in the chat if you really want to see it. The new Funko Pop shows Macaulay Culkin's character. The character's name is Lacerda Legate or just Lacerda Legate. I'm not sure. But in the box, the Funko Pop, and he's dressed in his little Roman soldier's costume. But the package says Caesar, or as they say, Kaiser.
Kaiser.
So he may be becoming Kaiser later. We don't know. The last episode we saw, they got the two camps to fight with each other,
or it was just a mistake on Funko Pop.
Or it was just a mistake. Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting how the pronunciation, because they believe that the way they're pronouncing it is actually the way Romans pronounced it. We look at the word Caesar and pronounce it in the English as CE, as a C, that sound. But in actual Latin Roman speaking, it was probably Caesar.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I will continue to watch to see if Macaulay Culkin does in fact become Caesar.
I don't think that's a major plot point, honestly.
Yeah, but it just was something. It's just every now and again these little things happen. Funko Pop did it this time. All right, moving on. It's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, no stranger to sci-fi. He has a new Star Wars role. Wait for it. Cameraman. Yes, that's true. He stopped by the set of Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling's Star Wars film, the one that's called Star Wars Starfighter. And Levy, I guess just as a joke, made some joke about him manning the camera. And sure enough, Tom Cruise manned the camera. So he manned the camera during the filming of a lightsaber duel. He is known for his hands-on approach to stunts and filmmaking, and apparently he operated the camera with his trademark intensity. And here's what we need Jeff Barkley to tell us, or maybe Risley, you can tell me. Sean Levy later shared that having Cruise operate the camera was more than just fun, haha. It elevated the sequence. The actor turned cameraman reportedly added, and these are Sean's words, not mine, a visceral edge to an already dynamic shot, and the contribution will be visible in the final cut. What could he possibly have done with that camera?
It's only got to be, movement of the camera, zoom, pan, tilt.
I mean, it's a lightsaber duel, so I assume they're moving on.
Maybe he's doing something in that sense that is causing, I mean, camera work isn't just pointing the camera at the action. I mean,
yes,
and we kind of saw how that can be, how you can do interesting things. I think Battlestar Galactica, the 2004 version, the way they shot their space battle scenes.
Oh, those jump cuts were awesome.
Was very cool, because it was I think the way Drexler had put it, it was like the camera. It was like almost like a war video, like a war correspondent in the middle of the battle, where they're, oh my God, something's happening over here. You know, you're focused on something, and then they move over here and show you something else. And the camera was constantly moving very fast from into another. So you can do it. Now that was obviously done digitally. It wasn't a cameraman doing that, but it was a, you know, digital artist doing that. But the same, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're talking about something along that line. That's that.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll be very
curious.
Know
until we see the movie and somebody.
Yeah, we won't know, and even then, we won't know which cut is his, but which shot is his. But I thought that was interesting. I was like, "Where's Jeff Barklage when I need him to explain camera stuff for me?" All right, moving on. Rizzo, you and I are perpetually. Every time I say someone's going to do a reboot or a remake or a sequel or whatever, we're like, "But do we need one?" That you need to. They're going back to the well again. So I think we just need to start a new segment called Back to the Well or something, because I've got two Back to the Wells. One is Tim Burton is said to be remaking Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. I guess, okay, sure. I'm not sure how his style will translate to that, but okay, sure.
I don't know why that needs to be. It's already been remade. Well, it's been made twice, as far as I know. At least twice.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that again? Neither version was any good.
Maybe he'll finally do the one that brings it to my.
I don't think the storyline is particularly interesting, but I mean, it's very 1950s to me. But which is
whatever. Anyway, there's that one. But here's the other one. Back to the Well, number 2. The Fifth Element, just out of sheer coincidental thing. The Fifth Element happens to be trending in the 7th spot right now on one of Tubi's top 10 charts or whatever, which brings us to Back to the Well. While nothing is set in stone, Mila Jovovich had previously, like in years past, teased that Luc Besson, who made Fifth Element, was toying with the idea of an animated spin-off. I love that universe. I wouldn't mind going back. What do you think, Rizzo?
I mean, he would have to do it. You know, I mean, I think I do. I did love that universe for some silly reason. I don't know why. It was very too. Alive. I loved it. It was very alive. There's a lot going on there. Without it told the way he did that movie, his visuals and everything told so much of a backstory without actually giving you a backstory.
It immersed you in the universe, like you could.
You kind of got the idea of what it's like to live in that universe without actually them going, "Oh, this is what happened on Earth between the 20th century and whatever it is, 500 years in the future." You kind of figured it out on your own, and it was very. I don't know how to put it. So if they could somehow translate, I mean, it's worth a shot. I thought you were going to tell me they were going to try to do a sequel or something, which of course you can't do. That was a lightning in a bottle movie, I think. We talk about that a lot sometimes. And I don't know if you could recreate that film in a sequel that's going to work.
You guys hear dinging? That's Phil. That's Captain Phil talking to me.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't know what time it is.
Right, I don't know, but I do want to go back to that universe. And it's not the same character. It's not a reboot or a remake or a continuation. It's a complete spinoff. So it may have other brand new people. Although I need Chris Tucker back again. I don't know, man. I'd love to see more. I don't know how I feel about
I would too. I think, was there not comic books? No.
I thought there were.
So, I guess we'll see. I mean, is it really going back to the well to make an animated?
If it's an original,
really not like remaking The Running Man. It's going back to the well.
Yeah, going back to the well is what we're doing tonight. Finally, in news tonight, and everyone can pitch in. All of you out there listening can say what you think. Tomorrow is Starfleet Academy. Will you be watching? Rizzo, will you be watching?
I may watch it just so I can come report back on.
So we can report back next week.
But I'd like to say I'm going into it with an open mind, but I know I'm not. I've already condemned it just from the
I'm
trailer.
not. I used to go into these things with an open mind. Jeff Rubel says no.
I know I'm just gonna get ill, and like you said, I don't have Paramount. I'm boycotting Paramount anyway, so I will have to watch it in other less than legal.
Yeah,
means.
I am also boycotting Paramount, so I will also be watching it on another source. So yeah, I don't know, man. I want to go in. Yeah, Bill says he's gonna check it out.
Star Trek. Check it out. By the way, hey Ken, nice to meet you. I hope you're feeling better.
And I usually really like Paul Giamatti too. Like that man can do no wrong. He has an awesome.
Well, I mean, I think Bill. I think he hasn't done a lot really, and I wonder if there's just some of them are like even Holly Hunter. I'm like, you needed a paycheck. You know, I just think these are, or they paid them a lot of money to do this. I don't know.
He doesn't have an Oscar. He's been nominated twice. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he is a phenomenal actor. I love him too. He would have made a great, I think, also Harry Mudd.
Yeah. Oh, he would have been a really fun Harry Mudd.
He would have been a great Harry Mudd.
Although so I think Rain being younger brought a lot.
Rain did a good job of a young Harry Mudd for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I will report back. I'll watch it.
We'll watch it and report
back.
I'll
torture myself. I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing. Good to hear, Kent, that you're getting better.
Yeah, we're happy, Kent.
But yeah, I'm not optimistic. I think it's just another nail in the Star Trek universe coffin.
Yeah, probably.
I think after this, I don't, they've already renewed it for season 2, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, it hasn't even. Oh, okay.
They haven't even aired the thing, and they've already renewed it for season 2. So you're going to get a second season of it, and I have a feeling that may be it once they see the ratings. We'll see. There's going to be people that love it. I guarantee you. There will be people that will love it. So we might be looking at another Acolyte. Or worse, if that's possible.
Or worse.
I don't know.
Or worse.
The show that nobody wanted. Made by people that read a synopsis of Star Trek on the back of a magazine cover or something.
The Star Trek.
That's what it feels like. The people making Star Trek just got the crib note version of Star Trek. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll make a show based on this. Anyway, we'll see.
It's like the AI. You were sending me those. Actually, some of them are kind of hilarious.
I told you they're like a rabbit hole you go down.
Yeah. When they just start inserting characters.
These are what we're talking about. Is their music videos, AI music videos, but they have Star Trek characters in them, and the songs are actually pretty good. They're like what's the word I'm looking for? The songs are new songs. They're not like parodies of something. So it's just the one with Kirk and the Green Women one was hysterical. I thought that was so funny. And it was a catchy tune. The tune was catchy.
Yeah.
So
but it's just funny to see what AI does with the characters.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel like new Star Trek is. It's just AI. Like
I think it knows
what Star Trek is. It does.
My friends, Star Trek friends, sent me that, and for that one, I sent to you, and I said, this is hysterical, but I really would wonder what Bill's reaction would be because Bill's in it quite a bit. In both the young version and his kind of more elderly.
Yeah. Because it had him aged up too. I don't feel like he would like it.
I don't think he would appreciate it. No,
I don't think he would like it at all.
Knowing Bill as well as I do, which is
not when we had the premiere of the reunification, he had a big conversation on the bridge with everyone about using how it wasn't being aged or de-aged or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Now Bill was well aware of that. He was involved with that.
Yes.
Project. He wasn't like side.
He was not involved with this, and so I don't think.
No, there's not involved with this.
In fact, he may get wind of this, and it could come to a screeching halt. You never know. I mean,
you never know. It's parody though, so it gets to that.
It doesn't quite look like him. Like it's him, but
it's him. But it's him. But yeah, it's yeah.
And so
I don't know. You would have it. I think you'd have a tough time. I mean, yeah. Paramount would have more of an argument because he says I'm Captain Kirk and I drive the Enterprise or something like that. So it's part of the song. So Anyway, if anybody really wants, you can go Google, AI Star Trek music videos, and I'm sure you'll find what we're talking about on YouTube.
There's a million of them.
There's
so
TNG
many of them.
ones.
Next Gen.
There's
Deep Space Nine.
There's all different ones. Yeah.
There's what would happen if they all went to a disco.
That was fun.
What would happen if some Star Trek people met other TV shows? Like there's so much.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the stuff. So, all right. So that's it for our news.
That's it. That's the news for tonight. Rizzo, what are we drinking tonight?
What are we drinking?
Run far away.
It's an orange rum runner because you got to have a runner. So, light rum, banana liqueur, blackberry liqueur, and orange juice.
Delicious.
It's very refreshing.
A lot of sugar.
Yep. Well, that's it. That's what rum runners are.
That's what all drinks are.
Most drinks are sugar.
Sugar disguised as alcohol.
Anyway, so, all right. Running Man, 1987, Arnold Schwarzenegger. We did cover this film. It was popular, I believe, at the time. And it was very 80s, if you watch it.
Very 80s.
Richard Dawson is also a main character actor in this.
Who do you love?
Who do you love? And
Jesse Ventura was.
Ventura was right. He was in it. He was one of the hunters.
He wasn't Dynamo. Sorry, I get all the hunters.
No, he wasn't Dynamo. Jesse Ventura wasn't Dynamo. Dynamo was the fat guy in the little car that lit up.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was. He was the one that was like Sergeant Slaughter kind of looking thing. He had like
he was. He was patriotic.
So they didn't. So that was a contrast. They had the hunters in this. This version was a little more realistic. It was less cartoony than the 87 version was. The 87 version was very comic book like, in my opinion. Both of these, of course, are based on a Stephen King short story.
Yes.
So of course, irony, where does he end up in the 2025 movie? He ends up in Derry, Maine. Well, if you read anything Stephen King, everything always takes place in Maine.
Everything takes place in Maine.
Derry, Maine is where it is supposed to take place.
The rest of the country has quite the view of Maine, just from Stephen King alone.
Right. Even Shawshank Redemption. Maine.
Maine.
So anyway, so from there, but I mean, the one part I thought that did have a lot of similarities to the movie was when they actually do the show and they have like the Running Man dancers. They come out and it's a big kind of stage show, and that was screamed very 80s to me.
Yes, it was. Well, that was just as well done. And actually, let me pull up the cast so I can say his name. I really, really enjoyed the guy playing the announcer.
Yeah.
He wasn't Richard Dawson, but he did a really good job. Let me just pull up this cast really fast here. That's Coleman Domingo, and he played not Killian. See, that was the change in the movie. In 1987, Killian was Richard Dawson was Killian.
Right. He was the host of the show and the producer of the show.
Yes. And Coleman Domingo just played a character named Dan, I think. Dan.
Yeah, he was the host of the show. Right. Yeah.
Coleman, where's your character name?
The way IMDb has the cast, it's like they have.
Yeah, it jumps to whatever.
Anyway. But they don't even have like the major people. Like they don't have Michael Cera in the main thing. Like you got to scroll down and find.
Yeah, you have to scroll down. Anyway, let's continue with what we were saying. Yeah, so, the actual show was very 80s and really well done.
Right. So that the other little nod they had to the original was, if you noticed on the money was Arnold Schwarzenegger's image, as if he was
Arnold was on the money. Yeah,
like he's on the money. So and this is supposed to take place. I don't know how many years in the future. Did it say what year it was supposed to be?
If it said it, I didn't catch it.
Okay.
Does it say in the synopsis?
I mean, I don't think it's very far in the future, but somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
So
the 2025 apparently stuck much closer to that short story than 1987 did. But were those changes, what did you think? Was it?
Well, the difference was, okay, so in the 87 version, he had to get through a course, like an obstacle course, to get it wasn't. And in this movie, he has to survive 30 days anywhere in the United States, but anybody can kill him or turn him in. So that was the kind of the difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Two movies as far as whereas in '87 Arnold had to go through, I don't remember what they called it, but they had like their closed in part of the city that they could get through. So it was much more easier to find.
It was like a maze. It was like, it
was like a maze kind of a thing. There were different places where he would get. Whereas this, they had 30 days.
Were some people. There were some homeless people or something in 87.
There was the resistance that was living inside that area, that zone. But
and there
is
the resistance
public, generally a public area, supposedly. I don't think. I don't remember. The difference is that he could go anywhere in the world, I think, or anywhere at least in the country.
Yeah,
and anybody could turn him in. The thing I thought, well, just I said, if you planned ahead to be on the show, you build a bunker with 30 days worth of supplies. You go and you hide and you just disappear. But you had to turn in those.
They make them in this show. They made them drop tapes off every
10-minute tapes per day. So that's Plus, you start to find out that like today, where there's so many cameras.
Thank you, Bill. 2017.
They're tracking. That's the 1985 was 2017.
Yeah, I think this one was too.
But this one was clearly not, was later than that. So the point was that you couldn't do that. You had to keep moving because you had to keep dropping these tapes into a mailbox sort of thing to give them. So I said, well, although the bunker did come up at the end where Michael Cera's character was going to put him in the bunker. They were going to remember he's going to do like 10 days worth of or 15 days worth of tapes.
He's going to pre-record.
And he was going to let the other guy mail them for him.
I really enjoyed the whole Michael Cera segment. Like, I thought that part was great.
Yeah, it was kind of bum spoiler alert that he ended up dying.
He ended up dying.
So it's a little different. And he doesn't actually, in the movie, he doesn't go 30 days. He only goes 15. But he kills all the hunters. So that's, I guess, the end. He kills all the hunters.
He doesn't just kill him. He goes back and kills Dawson, too.
Well, he goes back and kills Killian. Yeah, he doesn't kill the host guy, right?
No, he puts him in the thing and sends him off.
In 87, you got to which one you're talking about?
In 87,
I'm talking about the 2025 version.
Sorry. Okay, in 1987, Arnold Schwarzenegger put Richard Dawson in the
rocket chair thing,
and sent him off. That's how it ended.
And his crashed for some reason instead of.
And his crashed.
Yeah. And killing him. So he kills Killian in both movies at the end. The little difference is that Ben Richards in the 87 version he is being punished, so to speak, by the government because he refused an unlawful order to murder a bunch of innocent people who were food rioting.
Yeah, and they doctored the tape.
He was like in the military, so they court-martialed him over that, and then they decided he didn't really give him a choice. They said, "Oh, we're going to put him on the running man." Whereas this version in 25, he's a guy, he's down on his luck because he's been fired for insubordination because he's always pointing out safety violations and stuff, and so he can't find a job. His daughter's sick, so he ends up on the running man to make money to save his family. That's his. But of course, the machine makes him out to be an evil person, which is not.
Yeah, true. And then the stakes felt. I don't know. Something about him being a cop, the cop version, the 1987 version, felt more tension. Like, I don't know. I liked it. It ratcheted things up a little better.
They did. The scary thing is there's a lot of parallels that could happen today. Is basically in the 87 in the Schwarzenegger version, there's a food riot and they tell him to just kill everybody on the radio. He's like, I'm not going to do that. Fire on him. He's like, I'm not going to do that. They're innocent people. They're just hungry. Well, they court-martial him, and of course they make an AI video of him actually massacring all these people, which I guess they did end up shooting all these people in the end, regardless of whether he didn't do it, but they made it look like he did it so that he was what they call him, the slaughter of whatever. They had a name for him,
Was it the Butcher of Bakersville?
The Butcher of something or other, yeah.
Butcher of something, yeah.
Something or other. So they made him out to be a bad person when he did. And they're kind of doing the same thing with this character, with the modern Ben Richards, where, they made it out like he purposely did things to, they made AI videos of him saying, horrible things that he didn't say. So to make the crowd hate him.
Yeah. So. But both had, the game show, both had the crowd, and both had these hunters. Now, the 87 hunters were much more fun. They had cool names like Dynamo and Buzzsaw and Sub-Zero and Fireball. And I don't remember Jesse Ventura's name. I'm sorry.
I can't remember either.
The hunters in 2025 were much less interesting.
They were more like
they
were like something out of a comic book. Like they were like a Nazi hit squad.
They were just a Nazi hit squad, and they all looked alike, and they had no cool names. Like they were no standout, except for maybe Lee Pace as the head dude.
He was the head one, which we find out. Spoiler alert: he was the first running person who almost beat the system.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know who that actor is?
Lee Pace?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Lord of the Rings and Foundation.
Yeah. There was this voice that tricked me. I'm like, yeah. So he was he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was the blue guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He's good. But the structure, here's the thing, is this the 1987 structure just kind of went right along. And so because he was a cop at the beginning, this build up to being a revolutionary was like, you kind of saw it coming. So you're like, oh, okay, you go along and you're fine. The structure of 2025, him just trying to get food for his daughter, and then next thing you know, he is a revolutionary by the end. Like the way it ratcheted it up I don't know.
He didn't until he met Michael Cera's character. He was just trying to survive. He didn't really care about. Yeah, he didn't really care about sending out a message or revolution.
But that was like half the movie. Like half the movie had gone by before he decides, oh, I guess I'm a revolutionary. Okay.
It wasn't even. It was less than that. It was more than that. I mean, it was right really at the end.
It went along like this.
That. But I mean, I guess his sole focus was to, and I don't think he even cared about, because I don't know. They never really clarified it, because he kept, every time he like killed a hunter, he got like $100,000.
You get another $10,000 or something. Yeah.
Something like that. So I assume that even if he died at that point, his family would have got the money, or he doesn't get anything.
I don't remember the specifics. All I know is that
he gets $1 billion at the end if he survives. So what's the point of giving him $10,000? You know what I'm saying? Up to that. So I assume his family would have gotten all that money. So even if he made it, he made it half of the time and he made all that money, that was enough for his family to survive. Because clearly $100 was a lot of money. Like in this universe. Like the money
$100
Yeah. So it was like a few dollars.
And like the ultimate prize was like $1 billion or something, which was
$1 billion was if he made it 30 days.
Yeah. It just, I felt like by the time he got to the airplane, like the big finale on the airplane, and he decides he's going to be, this revolution, I felt like, well, that escalated quickly. Not the fighting with Lee Pace, but him deciding to like, I'm going to change the whole system here. We're going to like burn it down from the inside and start over again. I was like, well, that escalated quickly. Like it just.
Well, I think part of that too is when the more Killian messed with him, either he told him he told him he killed his wife and kids, which wasn't true. Remember, he said, "Oh, by the way, we killed them."
And then, just like in the original movie,
come back.
Yeah. And then, just like in the original movie, not Killian, but the powers that be doctored, messed up. And he was like, "Well, that was fast." And I was like, "Well, that's actually very in keeping with the times, because nowadays in 2025 with AI and all the stuff we have, you can mess with film or video like so fast and like so cleanly, and you can make someone look like they're saying anything." I was like, okay, that's 100%. You're dead on right there. Accurate.
So there was one little flub that I noticed, or at least he didn't remember when he went to see William H. Macy's character.
Yep.
And he's in the basement, and he's like all those old televisions, the old tube TVs.
Yeah.
And remember they called the newer ones Freevee.
Yes.
So he's like, why do you keep those old ones? He goes, because those ones don't watch you back.
Yes.
And yet everywhere he went, he would turn the TV on to watch, and it's like, duh.
Yeah,
The
that's a
TV's
really good
watching
point.
you. That's how they're finding where you are.
That's how I thought it was in the wrist thing, but you're right. If
He
the
was
TV
watching,
is
and then they
watching
had the
or
other thing where they had the
listening to,
DNA sniffers, which were on all the light poles everywhere and
yeah,
doing
and
all
the
stuff.
DNA sniffers in the
So I
street.
mean, you had to know that they were going to know where he was all the time.
Yeah.
But like he said, they were purposely messing with him. I think they probably could have gone and killed any one of the three very quickly, just because they always knew where they were.
Where they were.
But they
Or
dragged
maybe
it out for
maybe that's part of
ratings.
the point. Maybe the point is, hey guys, it's a rigged game. No matter how you play it,
Yeah.
it's a rigged game.
Yeah, because the same thing like on the original in '87, nobody won. They said they had the three winners. Remember, they said, "Oh, our three winners from last year," and they're on
And
a
they
beach.
show them they're gonna beach.
And then they beat him, but they were really dead.
Yeah.
And they, and then and of course, at the end he asks them to be the new hunter. Of course, you saw that coming, that they were going to make him a new hunter, is a deal, so to speak. But by then he had enough. And he, especially about killing his family. I'm like, you killed my family, and now you want me to come work for you? This guy, which is James Brolin, by the way, his character there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just that part. I was like, that's where I think. That's where I think he was. I think he was like maybe like one part revolutionary, one part pissed off dude that was just like, I'm getting revenge on this asshole. Not so much that he wanted to free the country from the network. By the way, did you notice the network? The logo looked an awful lot like the Netflix logo, the big red N.
Oh, did it? I did not catch that.
That
I saw
was
it
done on
freebie a
purpose.
couple times, but yeah,
that was definitely done on purpose because there's only one network in this society. That's it.
there's no choice. Yeah.
So you talk about, knowing your, as far as controlling what people see and hear and believe, because you're the only one giving them any information. And an interesting thing, the government has the government is it has no power. It's just the network.
No, it's because it's the corporation which owns the television, owns Freebie, owns the networks, owns everything that's produced, owns the government. So it's corporate government. It's not government.
Yep.
Hi, John. How are you?
Mr. Capes, how is the cat? Cats.
How is Joey Bag of Donuts?
Joey Bag of Donuts.
So
anyway, so those are kind of the contrast between the two. I mean, there's not a lot of difference. I mean, there is a lot of difference, I shouldn't say, but it is basically the same story.
Yeah, it's basically the same story.
Now, which one would you prefer? Which one do you like better? Let's put it that way. Or which one did you find the most enjoyable?
Well, honestly, while I appreciate the little nuances that they tried to put into the 2025, I am hands down 1000% a 1987 girl. I just there's no comparison. 1987 made its points that needed to be made, and also showed you a really good, fun action and a little bit of comedy, and a really fun.
Well, it was the 87 version. Yeah, the 87 version was Arnold. It was an Arnold movie. It was the one-liners, I'll be back kind of a thing, which I think he actually says, I think, in that movie too, when he tells Killian, I'll be back or something. I think if I remember, of course,
he does say something that he
references on his own line, or, make fun of his own line. So, I mean, I liked them both. I actually liked this movie more than I thought I would. This version, the 25 version. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't ever a huge fan of the first one. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. I didn't have any. It's like, who was my favorite movie? But I will say this is important for somebody who's my age, and I watched the movie straight through nonstop, which is unusual for me, and I didn't fall asleep.
So it held your attention.
It held my attention. So I'm gonna have like the Rizzo sleep rating for movies or something. How did I fall asleep and for how long?
So the Rizzo sleep rating is probably not unlike the Mary Beth phone rating. Like if I find myself on my phone because it didn't hold my attention, that's bad.
Because I watched it because I realized after we decided to do this, I'm like, I never saw the 25. I gotta watch. And it was already like yesterday. You know, it was like Tuesday afternoon. I'm like, shit, I gotta watch this movie in the next, less than 48 hours. So I asked my wife, and I said, would you mind, we didn't have anything to watch specifically anyway. I said, you want to watch this movie? She said, yeah. And so we're watching it, and she's like, you're just going to fall asleep halfway through. Because I always but I did not. I did not fall asleep. It held my interest.
I'm glad it held your attention
the whole time. So that's a thumbs up for me. If I don't go to fall asleep during your show, that's telling you something. That means there wasn't a lot of long dialogues.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how many of our guys fall asleep during our show.
Well, if it's a cure for insomnia, I'm good. I'm okay with that.
Hey, we're good with that.
If it's some kind of service,
we're gonna lull you to sleep every night. That's fine.
So there are some shows that I do recommend. If you're having trouble falling asleep, watch this show.
Speaking of shows, what was the German show that you said? Was it called Dark?
Dark.
We just plowed into it. It is you have to pay so close attention to that thing.
There will be episodes where the plot does not move forward at all.
At all.
Like nothing happens that is relevant.
Episode 4, and we're there already.
So my God. I warned you, and it's 3 seasons. Yeah, you did. It gets very weird. It gets very weird.
Jeff, John and Jeff. They might be falling asleep during the show. Wake up, everybody!
Wake up! I'll get a little air horn thing.
Don't make us do sound effects like radio DJs, right? Back in the day when they used to do crazy sounds.
I mean, if you want to really fall asleep, come watch us when we're on Phil's show, I guess.
Oh, that's so late.
Because that's already late at night, so we already have that going.
Already late at night. So anyway, how do you feel? Glenn Powell as an action hero versus Arnold Schwarzenegger as an action hero. Which one? What do you think? Compare, contrast. What do you think?
I thought Powell did well. I mean, I'm surprised he doesn't get more work.
Well, he was in.
I think he was decent. I think his acting was decent. Maverick. I think his action sequence is decent. He's a good-looking guy. I'm surprised. I was kind of like, why? I said he looks familiar. I'm trying to think of where I've seen him before, and I'm like, really? I'm surprised he doesn't get more work.
He's around. He does things. Here, let me
actually. So no, I mean Arnold had his own. It's hard to compare people to Arnold because Arnold was like his own.
Arnold was his own, yeah.
I mean, it was just an Arnold movie. His movies. I mean, Arnold had one speed of acting.
Didn't know Glenn Powell. You were in Hidden Figures. Good for you, Glenn Powell.
Yep, he was. Yeah, he got a few little things under his belt. So this was probably one of the bigger movies, I think, where he was actually the star.
I think Top Gun Maverick was his biggest, and then.
Well, yeah, that's true. He did Top Gun Maverick. But I mean, he is the star of this movie.
Oh, the Twister movie. He was in that Twister movie.
Oh, the second one? I didn't see that.
And he was in Dark Knight Rises. I mean, he's around. You just don't notice him because he's usually, sliding in, doing his thing.
So, I mean, I think he's fine. I think he could do more action movies. I don't think there was anything particularly. Maybe he didn't have any of the one-linery kind of things like Arnold did.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
He was
a much more because that one-liner thing of the 80s, Bruce and Arnold and a couple of the other guys that used to do that back then, that's kind of a thing of the past now. They don't really do that.
You don't get good quotes like "I'll be back" and "Come out for the coast, have a good time, have you laughs."
Don't wake her up. Sorry, Mary. Bill says Mary fell asleep. We're sorry, Mary, if we woke you up. So Glenn is pretty contemporary. A pretty contemporary.
Well, that's it. We don't have the cute little one-liners that we used to have back in the day, and I don't know.
They're cheesy now.
They're cheesy, exactly. They're cheesy. We make fun of those now.
We loved them back in the day.
We did back in the day. They were cool, but now they're a joke because if an actor does it, they're purposely making fun of.
Yeah, they are. They've become a parody of themselves. Yeah.
If you ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that old comedy, that they used to do the make fun of that kind of stuff all the time because he'd always be trying to come up with the one-liner that would, because he was a big fan of Die Hard, the main character, and he'd always be trying to do the liner. So that's was always the punchline. Would they come up with the stupid
Yeah.
Comment or whatever
Other
the hell.
characters to compare and contrast. Richard Dawson's Killian, which was both produced like everything rolled in one, versus the Josh Brolin / Coleman Domingo Killian and Bobby combo. Which one do you like better?
Oh, you always got to go Richard Dawson. Richard Dawson. I love Richard. Richard Dawson is just Richard. I mean, he was always such a great character, you know, of a person himself. I mean, if you ever watched Family Feud, for God's sakes, that's. I mean, he was doing Family Feud with the Running Man.
With this game show,
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, no, you got to give it to Dawson on that one. Killian in the Josh Brolin Killian version was just kind of the typical corporate asshole that I'm going to make fun of.
He was I'm going to say Coleman Domingo is kind of a standout though, because he was doing a fantastic job as, I mean, he wasn't Chris Tucker as Ruby Rod, awesome, but he was doing a great job as our announcer.
I was thinking, you know who would have probably done it even better is the other guy that's doing Family Feud now.
Oh, Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Maybe.
I could see Steve Harvey doing it.
Coleman had it. Coleman was there. Coleman brought it.
I'm not saying the guy that did it was bad. Yeah, and I think, I think, well, yeah, he can't compare him to Ruby Rod. That's just another.
Ruby Rod will forever be the ultimate, the peak in hosting, like hostess with the mostest.
Yeah. No, that was definitely there's no comparison with Ruby Rod.
There's no comparison.
But yeah, John Cage saying Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, I mean and he was still playing the same character.
Yeah,
Richard Dawson in Hogan's Heroes, still kind of the same. So, but yeah, I remember. Of course, yeah, I remember from that. Of course, I remember from Family Feud, and but he was for this particular movies. Yeah, you got to go Dawson. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he just had more flair to it. I don't know.
Yeah, and then for the last compare and contrast, I'll pick Jesse Ventura, I guess, as the head hunter versus Lee Pace. I guess those two, although I guess there's other hunters to pick from.
The hunters, well, again, they're so hard because they're so different. The hunters in '87 were
different. Yeah,
they were cartoon characters, and their weapons were
and they
gimmicky.
wore crazy costumes.
They were gimmicky. They had a guy with the electric, the big taser rifle thing, or it was a flamethrower
coming at you with an actual gun.
Yeah, or it was a flamethrower, or it was I don't know what the ice guy had, like I guess a ice gun or something. It was, Jesse Ventura had like this big mechanical arm or something, if I remember. I don't remember, but so everything was a goof. In fact, that's what he said. I don't need to remember it when they're bringing him back, because he wasn't even the original. He wasn't a hunter, Jesse Ventura. He was one of the commentators. He was a retired.
Oh, that's right. They basically
and they brought him back because Ben Richards kept killing the other guys, and he's like, you know what? I don't need this stupid crap.
Yeah,
to kick your ass. Basically, he ripped off all that plastic junk. So, so the other guys in the current movie were more realistic. They fought with rifles and knives, and
the other movie had conventional.
I did love the scene when he's in the elevator and I got a grenade, and he throws it, and Lee Pace just picks it up right back at you. He throws it back at you. I kind of like that one. Like, you thought you had him, and you're like, nope, you don't. So Bill says watching Die Hard. I don't know what you mean, Bill. I watched it at Christmas because it's a Christmas movie.
John says I need my bad guys wrapped up in Christmas lights.
Oh, watching Die Hard.
Which movie has bad guys wrapped up in Christmas lights,
John? Well, I think they're referring to when they send the one dead guy, when Bruce Willis sends the one dead guy down the elevator, and he says, ho, 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 now I have a machine gun, writes it on his chest. Yeah, I believe that's what they're referring to.
Okay. They're watching a completely different movie as us.
Yes, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower.
The tower.
We did do that. If you really want to watch Die Hard, us talk about Die Hard, we did that.
We did do Die Hard. You'll have to go back and find it. But
I think 2 years ago. I think it was Christmas of 24.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Maybe 23, but I think 24. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. We've done it.
I can't believe we're going into like year 6 of this. Holy cow.
I know,
We've been doing this for 6 years.
So was Roy. So Roy did, and Roy was doing 2 shows. Twice a week. I don't know how the hell he does it.
We can barely get together for one show.
I know we can barely get together in one show. It's correct.
Oh, John, yes, you're absolutely right. Dynamo was lit up. No, Dynamo.
Yeah, he was like a Christmas tree. Dynamo had all the lights all over him.
Dynamo
had the little, and he drove the little stupid go-kart.
And he was like electric or something. And he
had like he could throw like electric bolts or something.
Yes.
And he drove that silly little car.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know there was Dynamo. They had Dynamo Fireball. There was the hockey.
It was Dynamo. Hang on, I just had it. Dynamo
or something.
Fireball, Captain Freedom, Buzzsaw, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Captain Freedom, that was Jesse Ventura's character.
Captain Freedom was Jesse Ventura,
yeah. So they didn't have the silliness of. So that was something, of course, that obviously I don't believe was in the story, the original story. It was something that they embellished for the 87 version.
The 87,
which was fine. I think it worked in that movie. I think in the modern one it would have looked too silly to have the gimmicky.
No, of course. But I just thought the Hunters would have a little more personality because it would be fun to have the audience cheering for different ones. So I just thought they would give the different Hunters a little more personality besides. Here's Lee Pace with a face mask, and here's blonde dude with the blonde hair. Like that. Clearly,
Lee Pace was like the one in charge. The other ones were like
he was the one in charge. The rest of them were just any sort.
Some of them were just like the ones that he killed first when the building exploded from the grenade. No, it wasn't from the grenade. It was from the gas leak in the basement. Like they were just like cannon fodder. Those guys. It was like we killed 8 of them. Just boom, or 6 of them, whatever it was. They're dead. It's like they were nobodies. So. John, no total embellishment overload compared to the
Bachman book,
which is the King. He's talking about the original story. He's talking about the original story.
The original story was called the Bachman book?
I think that's the publisher.
I need to read more clearly.
If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But no, it was a collection of Stephen King short stories. It was one of them. I don't even know what the original was. It called The Running Man?
I thought it was.
It might have been. Well, like
I really should have gone back.
Well, like Maximum Overdrive, the original story was just called Trucks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So as a modern now, next question is Richard Bachman
mystery solved
versus a King pseudonym. Right, exactly. Okay, I didn't know that. See, that was his. See another Stephen King fan, evidently.
Stephen King.
I've only read one.
If John is into Stephen King, we should have him on to do whichever one is his favorite.
Your favorite Stephen King movie?
What's your favorite Stephen King, John? And do you want to come on with Joey?
I've only ever read one of his. Well, my favorite Stephen King movie is Shawshank. That's clear. That's like without.
Yeah, Shawshank's a good one. Yeah.
And it's not even a horror.
Do I have a favorite Stephen King movie? I probably don't. I tend to shy away from Thinner. Ooh. He says
really?
Thinner. Yeah.
Didn't see that one. I thought he was going to say like Christine or something.
So
anyway, my question to you is: did the 87 version need to be remade at all, or are we just going back to the well?
Back to the well.
And did this well need to be going back to?
Yeah, did this well need to be going back to? Because what does 2025 give us that 87 didn't? Besides a couple more serious points about corporate overlords, which are very prescient nowadays.
Because even it did flesh out a little bit more of an authoritarian society than maybe the one that was in 87, but not by much. So I don't think there was even a that. I think it was just let's just make a movie for this generation that hasn't seen the 87 one.
Yeah. It didn't feel like a cash grab.
Let's just take this story.
It does introduce a whole new. I forget how old we are sometimes. It does introduce.
The original one will be 40 years old next year.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Yeah. So that would be like us in the 80s. That would be like us watching a movie from the 40s and then being like, does this need to be remade?
Yeah.
Well, it was in the 40s.
Exactly.
So,
and how many movies have you seen from the 40s? Or even 50s for that matter. So, yeah. So there's a lot of gems, a lot of people. We just
a couple because you made me.
Yeah. Well, because there's some good ones.
But do those? But like those got remade. Forbidden Planet that got Forbidden Planet, yeah, that got remade. No.
No, it never got remade.
Not the Earth Still got remade with Keanu Reeves, and I watched both. We should do a compare and contrast of those.
Ugh. So did War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
And Phil wants to do the new one. He wants to do the War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love compare and contrast.
I don't know. I can only do so many.
Well, there's options.
If you listen to one of the recent Trexperts, not to, they were talking about Roddenberry and Forbidden Planet, and basically, he basically copied Forbidden Planet for Star Trek. I mean, which we all kind of know.
Which you and I talked about that when we did.
Yeah, that's kind of well known. The only thing I think they're thinking, Roddenberry used to openly say it, but then when the show started to kind of take off, he started backing off of like denying it because I didn't think he wanted to think that he was plagiarizing. But he really did like that movie and wanted it. So basically, because there's, not to get off point, which is what we always do, but there are so many parallels between Star Trek and Forbidden Planet. It's like there's tons of parallels where they just copied stuff verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, and not that I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just, it is what it is.
John says excellent made for TV King is Salem's Lot. Haven't seen that one.
I have not seen that one either.
So Jeff says, what show are you going to redo? What show should get remade?
I would like to. We have talked about this. I would like to see I would love to see a reboot of UFO.
Yeah, you said
done in a way that is honoring the original in ways that, I mean, they never do it this way, but I would love to see it redone with the same funky 60s, late 60s, early 70s, that vibe, funky swinging kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Even though it was supposed to take place in 1980. I think that would be cool. But even if they didn't do it, if they did it more serious and straight, but they kept all the factors, like we have Moonbase, we have the Interceptors. Because there was we've talked about this. We've done UFO. UFO had some really good stories. I mean, some of the writing on that show was very, very good. And I'll always argue that it's better than Space 1999. It was just a better show. So Star Lost, Ron, get out of here. You're banned. Star Lost. What are you, Canadian? No, just kidding. That was Bruce's favorite show. No, I don't know if Star Lost. I mean, I know what you're saying, Ron. I'm only teasing you. It had some merit. It was just horribly produced, the original show, and I think there may be. But I mean, my personal opinion, I would like to have seen. I think UFO has it would be a good one. You say they were thinking about bringing the X-Files back last week. I think you mentioned that. Again, I don't know if that needs to be done. The X-Files were done. They were done well for the most part. Leave it be. It's still watchable. I don't think it's horribly dated.
You know what that reminds me of? Redoing things. When there's a British show and they redo it in America, like, no, it was already in English. We didn't need it redone. It's not like we speak different languages. I could have watched it. I've never understood that.
What's that now? I'm sorry, which one? I missed.
When there's a British TV show and the Americans are like, hey, we need that TV show. Let's redo it over here in America with an American cast.
Yeah, they've done that. Well, they did that, and they've done it successfully a few times. The Office was probably the most.
Yeah, they've done it successfully a bunch of times, but it doesn't need it.
But you're right. I think you're right. A lot of times I think American audiences sometimes miss some of the British humor. Although I find like a lot of their police detective shows quite interesting, and I actually like them. There's a really good one with David Tennant called Broadchurch, which I thought was really good.
Oh yeah, David Tennant did, or was it Broadchurch or Black
No, Broadchurch.
Broadchurch. Yeah.
It's the name of the town, I believe, that it takes place in, or is it? That's his name. I forget. Anyway, it's a good show. It's on. I believe they just dropped it on Netflix. It was only on BBC. BritBox or something. But I think they just dropped. It's only 3 seasons.
The Office.
The original Office, was good, but like Top Gear, they tried. It was a horrible disaster.
Top Gear, they tried. It was awful.
There was no reason to make Top Gear of any other era than the one.
Which is what I'm talking about. Like there's no linguistical issues, and we get what's going on.
But that's not even I don't even think, like with Top Gear, that wasn't even the issue. Top Gear was, first of all, it was those 3 guys that were the show.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to, It's like you're trying to take 3 other people and trying to develop and force chemistry with it. It just didn't work. It was horrible.
And then there's shows like Ted Lasso that he just films over there. So like, there's no reason. Like,
yeah, I think we're starting to see a lot more meshing of programming. I don't think you're going to see so much that was kind of an early 2000s, like 90s thing where they would make it. There would be a popular show in England, and they would remake it here in an American version for American audiences. I think now, but people are watching stuff crisscrossing with, especially you can watch pretty much anything on BBC. Thank God they didn't try. Well, they did the movie of Doctor Who, which was the American version, but all other Doctor Who came out of Britain, of course. But yeah, I don't see it. Trying to think, there was some other good show. What was the other one? There's Ricky Gervais one that was pretty good. That was on. It's on Netflix, I think. And it's about what was it called? Afterlife, I think it's called.
I think so too. Yeah.
And it's a comedy. It's kind of a dark comedy. His wife dies of cancer, and it's basically him trying to keep himself from, moving forward, kind of in life after his wife passed. And so it's kind of a dark. I'd recommend it. It was pretty good. I know he can be a little controversial, but
well, right. We're coming up on the hour.
Right. We are at the hour. So
well, anyway, I think
we're at stuff, but I mean, I think both movies were good. I think they're both watchable. I mean, when you say Running Man, I'm always gonna think of Arnold.
Always, yeah.
Always. So I think that's kind of a takeaway.
But
I wouldn't tell anybody, if you're just bored and you're looking for something like an action movie, good popcorn movie, don't think too much. I think the 25 version is worth watching.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't say it's not a waste of time.
Yeah, so. It's all right.
All right. So what's Phil got going on?
Phil, Roy is this Friday doing The Sword and the Sorcerer, getting a little bit into fantasy instead of sci-fi, but that was a really fun one from 1982. Phil, where did I put you, Phil? Here you are. He is doing a regular week this week. His regular Captain Phil's Planet on Thursday and the Friday night Freeform on Friday night. And he does say that he would be happy to do Bubba Hotep with us if you wanted to do it.
Yeah, so I think we'll do that next week. We'll put him on, and he can come on, and we'll do Bubba.
Great.
Bubba
Can
Hotep.
you tell everybody what Bubba Hotep? Could you just tell me?
Bubba Hotep, in a nutshell, is Elvis as a mummy.
Elvis as a mummy. This
and it's Bruce Campbell. It's Bruce Campbell as Bubba Hotep. So
the show I pitched to you was 2 weird things that go together, and the examples I gave were Cowboys and Aliens, that movie. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and the Pride and Prejudice zombie killer one. Yes. I don't remember the Pride and Prejudice. What was that?
We'll probably do that. We'll do that the following week.
And I think Bubba Hotep might go with this category.
Well, I don't know. I haven't actually. I think I saw it like a million years ago. But I don't know if it. I mean, it's certainly a bizarre combination. Yes. So probably
the name of the movie is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Okay, I'm all right. That's just
yeah.
I think one of our topics coming up, if it's not more compare and contrast, is going to be 2 great tastes that taste weird together.
Taste weird. Well, that one and yeah, we'll see. Well, again, if it's it's a Phil movie, so it's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird because it's a Phil movie. Well, I've never seen it, so I'm looking forward to finding out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know James Cawley likes it so it's. That should tell you something, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. So anyway, on that note, we will see you next week with we're gonna do Bubba Hotep unless somehow something happens and Phil can't do it or whatever. But we will see you next week, guys. Until then, live long and prosper, and may the force be with you always.
Thanks for tuning in.
Good night, folks.